When I was like, I don't know, 5, I don't know what happened, but I ended up like punching my teacher in the face.
No,
like I was a little kid, like
Wait,
5.
California is a tough ass state, and I think it's #1 for the state tournament.
So if you win the state tournament here alone, you're in the rankings. There's a few states that are single class like New Jersey, but I don't think New Jersey's as deep as California.
You just won Fargo.
Yeah.
They're setting up the super match at who's #1 for you and Bo Bassett.
He's obviously gotten better, everyone's seen it. But you also gotta be dumb to think I haven't gotten any better since then too. I went to like Russia in 2019.
DC brought you guys out, right?
Yeah.
It was like a school just for wrestling.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Berto basically has this thing where it's like if you hit a 5 at duels, he'll give you $5.
It's a smart incentive.
Yeah. It's not that smart though, because I would like purposely not tech people. And then get a 5.
Do you have a message for Bo Bassett?
We're gonna start this up.
All right, bet.
Welcome to the HR Department podcast. I'm your host, and my co-host is
Ruben Lay.
And our first podcast guest.
I'm Daniel Zepeda.
Let's go! Let's go! We are in Daniel Cormier Academy. This is pretty lit. Drove out here. Daniel was nice enough to meet us here, but we haven't chatted in a while. What you been up to?
Traveling, training.
Yeah, you just won Fargo.
Yeah.
We can dive into that right off the bat if you want.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay, well, I want to talk about your semifinals match. You wrestled Pearson Manville.
Yeah.
You lost him at junior duels. It was a close match. You came back, but weren't able to finish the match off. How was it getting that one back?
It was cool. I knew I could. I mean, the first match I showed the ability to score, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, he took me down early, got a good gut, and then he put up 2 points the rest of the match outside of the first minute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I took him down 4 times that match, so I wasn't too worried about it. And junior duels, it was like whatever. Once he got to Fargo, kind of dialed it in.
Did you like flip the switch?
Yeah, it was kept a little tighter. I got like 1 takedown, took 1 back from me, but it didn't really matter. 1 anyway.
The seating on that bracket though was kind of crazy. Do you think that they should have put you guys opposite sides in the finals, or were you happy with the semis?
I mean, it didn't really matter to me. I knew I had to beat everyone anyway, so.
That's good.
I mean, the top side we had 8 ranked guys in the country, and we had 6 of the 8 on the top side.
And the guy that you wrestled in the finals, wasn't he? He beat
He beat Roller.
Yeah,
Jace,
in the semis.
In the semis, number like 6 guy in the country.
Smokey,
that's
Bro,
my boy.
Dude, that tournament's
Yeah,
deep.
it's deep, but I feel like I don't know, the later I get on in high school, I feel like it gets easier, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Last year was pretty tough, and then this year was all right. You get like 1 to 2 tough matches a tournament.
Yeah. Well, at the end of that tournament, I heard on the mics at Flo, shout out Flo, but I heard on the mics you called out Bassett like after you won that match. Did you know that they were planning that already in advance?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was giving me the ticket, but I knew that was like the only match he could have done. You know, there's nobody else.
I mean, it's hype. It's
yeah.
Hype. There's like only a couple high schoolers I'd say right now that are being like consistently talked about. It's like Bassett. I feel like Valencia is now in college.
Yeah,
but
Forrest.
Marcus
Blaze. Lilidol's now.
Oh, yeah,
Lilidol's now a freshman in college.
Yeah.
And then our Cali product, Daniel Zepeda. So they're setting up the super match at who's #1 for you and Bo Bassett. You beat him the first time. How do you see the match playing out?
I mean, I feel like I almost got to be dumb to think I'm going to beat him just as bad, you know? He's obviously gotten better. Everyone's seen it. But you also got to be dumb to think I haven't gotten any better since then, too.
That's facts.
That's true.
I mean, I think I have the style to take him out, obviously.
The gas tank.
Yeah.
With him.
You just got to kind of stay in the fight, you know?
Yeah.
You can't let the dude bully you around.
Yeah, no, that guy, good hand fighter, good at the front headlock position.
Crazy hand fighting. The first time I wrestled him, I was like, geez, like, he has his timing down. Like, his fake to his snap is insane.
Yeah, no, like, okay, so I watched a lot of Bassett when he was wrestling, like, in the college opens.
Yeah.
And he just destroys people off that front headlock position, going to the snap. How are you able to, in that match, who's #1 match, able to counter that?
It was a lot of timing, you know? Like, he wrestles hard, but he leaves a lot of openings. So it's easy to drop in on shots and get to my attacks.
You think you're going to be able to do the same thing?
It's going to be tough because now he knows it's coming, you know?
Yeah.
So we just got to build off that, get back to my hand fight, make sure everything's solid and I'm not leaving any holes open. If I could stop him from scoring, or slow them down a little, I have the offense to win for sure.
That's gonna be a crazy. Who else is on that card with you?
Sergio Vega's on there. I warmed up with him before my finals match at Fargo.
That's dope.
Then we got Landon Robidoux
is
out
Nico?
there. Nico Sahakian.
Yeah.
Who's he wrestling?
I have no clue. I think Jude Correa.
What?
I think.
No way. Yeah, that's my boy from New Hampshire. What the
Yeah. He's about to be a senior,
Forget that
right?
you're from New Hampshire too.
hell? Danny, I think he reclassed. Right?
Oh, really?
Because I thought he was in my, no.
No, maybe he's not wrestling him. I don't know. He told me, but I
pull the
forgot.
brackets. Someone pull.
Yeah.
Someone pull or the lineups. Did they release it already?
No, not fully, but like we talk to each other, you know. Like we
Yeah,
know who's wrestling.
You know
who.
who's wrestling.
Like I think Vega's wrestling Gorman again.
Wow. Rematch?
It's gonna be crazy. I don't know. I think Vega's style's too good for him. Vega's good.
Did either of the Cortez brothers? Either one of them make it or no?
No, none of them made it to his number one.
Damn, that's freaking.
Elijah could have but he went out to Peru with his brother. I think he would have done good at Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he went out with his brother wrestle, or not to wrestle, but support him at Pan Am's, right?
Yeah. I mean, this year we brought less guys than we normally do, but we tore it up with the guys we brought.
Yeah, like give me a rundown of who you guys brought, as Gilroy brought to.
I think we
Fargo.
brought like
Travis.
5 or 6, and we had 3 All-Americans.
So
And
it
not
was you.
I All-American. I won
Moses.
it, but then my brother All-American, Moses. Travis Grace All-American. And then we brought JC. And then we brought Jose Limones. And then we brought one of our little guys. His name's Rome.
I saw him. He
Yeah.
American, right?
Yeah, he was close. He had to win like 1 or 2 more.
So- But
tournament.
he's been barely wrestling too, right? Like,
Yeah, he hasn't been wrestling very long, like maybe 2 years.
oh yeah, that's dope.
So that's pretty good.
Well, there's one question. I've been wanting to ask you this. There's people like, I already said it before, Bassett, Aden Valencia, who get a lot of credit because they're beating these college level guys and they're tearing it up in the opens. Aden went out internationally to, I think, the Grand Prix in, I forget where, but
France.
does it at all bother you that, hey, like I beat these guys, but no one's talking really about me beating these guys and they're just talking about them? Does that all bother you at all?
I mean, it's just like people forget, you know? Like, sure, sports are like that, short memory, you know? It just depends how you're doing at the time. And I wasn't too worried about it because I knew we were going to wrestle again. Like, I'm going to get the opportunity to show people, like, I'm still that guy.
You gotta remind him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of hard.
But yeah, I mean, can't really get too caught up on that. Just got to keep doing what you're doing.
That's the mindset.
Focus on you.
Well, jump into how you, like, we jumped straight into Fargo, but
Yeah.
jump into how you got started with wrestling. I mean, you started at an early age, but Daniel Cormier is your coach. We're in the DC Wrestling Academy room right now.
Yeah.
How did he pick you up? Like, how did you start wrestling? Give me the spiel.
So I started in Gilroy, so I was here before DC was. So when I was like, I don't know, 5,
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I ended up like punching my teacher in the face.
No,
Like
you
I was a
didn't.
little kid, like
Wait,
5 years.
That's crazy.
Punched my teacher in the face, and then I just wasn't listening. Like I was a bad little kid, too much energy, you know. So they tried to put me in boxing, and I was 5. They're like, yeah, he's too young. So then one of the custodians at my elementary school, he told my dad, he's like, just throw him in wrestling, see what happens. So then growing up, I like wrestled, played football, baseball. I do them all at the same time. And then as I started getting older, I'd drop one at a time. So like, I think my 5th grade year, I picked one to drop, and I stopped playing football. I mean, it makes sense, bro. Look at me. And then I was pretty good at baseball too. I was on like travel teams. We'd go to like Vegas and stuff to go play. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wrestle. I mean, I like it. And I'm good at it. I mean,
You think there's a certain age where you got to really choose a sport to pursue?
yeah. I mean, it depends when you start. You know, like when you're young like that, it's good to try everything out and see what you like.
Yeah.
Like you get to feel like how much more passionate you are about other sports. Like obviously, I cared about wrestling a lot more than football, and I cared a lot more about like wrestling than baseball and stuff like that. And it lets you just explore and see what you like. But I mean, once I hit middle school, I'd say when I really started dialing in was 8th grade, but I quit all other sports once I hit 6th grade.
Damn. Well, I'll let Ruben kind of take a hold of this question, but I'll start it off. Like, DC's your coach. I mean, a lot of people know who Daniel Cormier is, but he also brings in a lot of good people to help train with you. I mean, like, Ruben's told me stories, but what do you think you get that the average high school wrestler doesn't have?
Yeah, if you look at all the top guys in the country, I mean, even if you look at like Jax Forrest and all those Bishop McCourt guys, or you look at like Ladarian Lockett, those guys are all rolling with high-level dudes. They're not rolling with just like, you know, it's not a normal high school room, you know?
Yeah.
They're getting high-level fields and they're with high-level coaches, and he brings that here.
We have a friend from Pennsylvania, SF State, and he was like, Bassett was training with RBY, like getting privates with RBY when he was younger.
Yeah, see, like, you got to do stuff like that to get what you want. And it's cool that, like, I don't got to travel to go get it. I mean, it's still cool. I still travel. Like, I've been home maybe like 2 weeks this whole summer.
You were gone yesterday. Like, where were you?
Yesterday, I just got back from Illinois.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was in Chicago training with like some of my NC State teammates. But
That's awesome.
I mean, that's stuff you got to do if you want to be successful. You got to find the highest level of things, and you got to see different. Like, I think of wrestling like as not, there isn't a right and a wrong way to wrestle, you know? You just got to see it from a different angle and different views. And I feel like the more views you see, the more like you're able to expand your wrestling. And that's why I like to travel and look around, see what people
Get
bring.
different feels, different coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Who was your favorite person at DC like got you to wrestle with? Or got you
That
to-
brought in.
that's a good question.
I mean, he brought the NC State guys out a few weeks ago, or like a month ago maybe. Dude, that was tight. Like, wrestling with my future teammates and stuff, like,
That's dope.
nothing beats that.
What was it like competing against them though at the U.S. Open?
Oh, at the U.S. Open, yeah, that was crazy. It was
yeah.
weird. Yeah, it was weird seeing like my future coaches in the other corner, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, wrestle offs and stuff like that. Like, it's gonna happen eventually. You're not.
There's no animosity between you and Corey.
Huh?
No animosity between
No,
you and
no,
Corey?
not at all.
No, not at all.
It happens.
Yeah.
Well, the U.S. Open, like, you were in a stacked weight.
Yeah.
That was a crazy weight. You had Bassett won the weight. Valencia made the finals. Valencia beat Lemley
And
to
then-
make the
And
finals.
then Manville.
And Manville.
Manville
comebacks.
All-American, and I didn't. That was one of the major things that, like, I mean, for that tournament, I was kind of like, I feel like it happens to me every year. I need to stop, but every tournament, like a tournament once a year, I'll go in like completely unprepared, and it'll just be like, that's like kind of my wake-up call. Like, dude, you're not ready. You got two dudes you've already beat in the finals. You got Manville All-American. Like, you got people that you know you're better than, doing better than you. It's kind of like, dude, wake up and train.
Did it like light a fire in you after?
Yeah,
seeing
for
it?
sure.
And that's what drove
That's
you
why
to
I was like at
prepare.
Fargo, I was like, we got to get it done.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know who I am. It's just that sometimes kind of fall behind, you know? Got to make sure you pick it back up.
It's a hard line. Oh,
Especially with the success you get, I can tell how easy it is to get complacent.
Yeah, for sure, it's easy. But, I mean, once something like that happens, you just got to stay motivated, you know? A lot of people, like when you lose a match like that, like when I lost at Junior Duels or when you don't place at the Open, a lot of good guys might shut down. And it's the worst thing you could do.
and you bounce back.
Yeah,
That's
gotta.
true. Well, you were just talking about NC State. You visited Oregon State. You visited Michigan. Michigan State. You visited. I can't remember the other ones.
I did Michigan State, Oregon State, Stanford, and NC State.
What made you go with NC State? Because, like, me personally, I thought you were gonna stay home. Thought maybe you'd go down the Stanford route.
Yeah. I mean, that one was tough, though. I had to take a bunch of extra classes, and it was like, it's hard to balance that, you know? But the main thing I did, the reason I picked NC State was, I mean, at the end of the day, I know who I'm going to be, and I know what I can do. It's just, like, for me, I'd rather be around people I like and people I want to be around. Like, if I go somewhere and they're good at wrestling or they're paying me the most or something like that, and I don't like it, like, I'm going to be
point?
miserable.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave
100%.
after a few years or quit.
That's how it should be. I mean, pick who.
Pick your fit, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I fit there nicely, so.
You're gonna be there for 4 years.
Yeah,
So-
5 if I redshirt.
Yeah. Well, 6 if they have you on the 6-year plan.
Yeah, bro. Try not to be. Don't want to be there too long.
Yeah. Well, NC State. Talk about the coaches at NC State. Like, what really drew you to them? Like, what drew you to them more than a school like Oregon State or Stanford? Like, obviously these are all great programs, great coaches. What drew NC State apart from them?
So the guy, I was getting recruited by Adam Hall, who ended up leaving NC State. which is crazy. But the thing that drew me there is I just seen the greatness in the coaching staff, and I've seen the way they built people before. Like they've had people that they built like by themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a huge thing. Like if I go to a program where they're good already and they don't really build you up, they just kind of keep you the same.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I want, you know.
Totally.
I want to keep progressing and I want to keep getting better. I mean, my goal isn't just an NCAA title. I want stuff after that. So I feel like NC State gave me the best shot. And then once Hall left, I was like, I wasn't worried because I knew like it's a good school. Like we're gonna pick someone up.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting lucky and getting Zach, and that was the best. Like I've worked with Coach Espo before, so it was nice having him back.
And then didn't you guys bring out the coaches for the Mid-Cal camp this year?
Yeah, we had Espo out here for the Mid-Cal camp. That was fun.
That must be sick.
Yeah.
Senior coach here. Yeah, no. You have any?
Well, what was throughout the whole recruiting process, I bet you being number one in the country, everyone's trying to persuade you in all kind of crazy ways. What was like the most memorable thing that a college did for you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Trying to sway you?
I've heard some crazy stories.
I don't know. Like I liked all my visits. I feel like I never really like through my whole recruiting process, I never had a bad experience. Which is like obviously everyone's gonna try to put their best foot forward because I'm the number one guy in the country.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I've heard some people say they had bad experiences, but I mean, dude, all my visits were great. Everyone was great. The team was great. Coaches were great.
I've heard some like crazy stories where like
what was like the most memorable thing that like really put themselves out there that they did?
I don't know. The thing I remember the most, it's not going to be crazy, but on my NC State visit, I got to watch the wrestle-offs, and I think that's the coolest thing.
Damn.
Like that's really cool.
that's pretty dope.
Like they wrestled off in like the little arena, you know. They were filling it up with the fans. I was like, dude, just for wrestle-offs, and this place is already getting filled up. Like, imagine when we're wrestling dual meets.
Yeah.
Or they have ACCs there or something.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's only a couple schools that are able to fill up stands for a wrestling match. There's only a couple that I can think of.
Yeah, you would
Like-
think it'd be something crazy, but
like,
I mean, when
yeah.
you're trying to be good at wrestling, you just remember the small things like that.
Yeah, no, for real. I feel like out of all the big like colleges, it's like Iowa can fill up stands for sure.
For sure.
Oh,
Penn
Iowa's
State.
always there. Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan,
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. But like when you look at the majority of D1s, I don't even need to talk about D2s, D3s, any. Like we're in a D2.
Yeah.
We get maybe we get like maybe
parents.
50 people out there.
Yeah.
But when you look at the majority of D1s, I mean like it's hard to bring people in for wrestling.
Yeah.
It's hard, like, and I feel like a majority of it's also because during wrestling there are other college sports that are going
sure.
on, especially at these big schools like Iowa. I mean, if you got Caitlin Clark dropping 40 points, are you gonna watch that? Or are you gonna go watch?
Yeah, it's tough to get people in there. But I mean, I feel like the big programs like that, they know, like, I don't know, the kids there are so good that people want to go watch. Like if your team's good, people are gonna go watch, you know.
Yeah.
Like last season, NC State was like number 2 in the country. Like of course people are gonna go watch
Yeah.
that.
You know, I just realized too, because basketball and wrestling are doing the same season, right? In college.
Yeah, it's
I'm pretty
pretty-
sure. They were still able. I was still able to fill up the stands at a wrestling event while with Caitlin Clark on their roster.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we do ours. Our duels are inside the basketball, like inside the little basketball arena, so it's pretty cool.
You got stands.
Yeah, it gets packed. I think they sold out against Oklahoma State. I was gonna go out there and watch it, but then we had Doc B the same weekend. That would have been sick to go watch that.
Dog B is a tough tournament.
Yeah, Doc B is pretty good.
Dog B is a tough tournament. You went 150 for that tournament.
Yeah, it was like 154, and I think I weighed in at like 148.
You were talking to me during the season. Like, we actually met up at Reno, right?
Yeah.
So SF State went out to Reno there's like 2 different ones. There's like the high school level, and then there's like the college open. It's not open, but it's like the college. Can you enter?
Yeah, you can.
I think you can enter.
Yeah.
You can enter in as like unattached, like what Bassett does and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But you went to the high school version. You had, I think, EJ.
Yeah, in the
EJ
semis.
In the semis, who we obviously know. We've been on teams. All of us have been on teams together.
Yeah.
Was it awkward wrestling him? Was it like, oh?
Not really. I mean, we're still cool, but it's like, I mean, we both wanted to win, obviously.
Yeah.
And then up at that weight, it was weird. Like I'd feel like a lot of positions I would win at like 138 or 144 because I'd be strong. I wouldn't win those positions at 150 because those guys are a little bit stronger, a little more adjusted to the weight.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah.
EJ's pretty solid. I think he's gonna wrestle like 57s or 49s.
I think
49s.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
takes some time to adjust the weight, but it's like, it wasn't terrible, you know, because when you go up, you're a lot faster than the guys, and you're a lot more slick. Like, I feel like when you go up in weight, the guys are a little, like, stiffer, they don't know how to move as good, so I was just taking advantage of that.
A hypothetical, let's say you stayed at 150. How do you see that state bracket playing out?
I think I would have been ready. I was already starting to gain weight. I was weighing 148 pounds all season.
Okay.
Like, I didn't touch
Okay.
150. And we got me on a little, like, meal plan. I was doing good. I was gaining weight.
Were you planning on staying at 150? Or was that like did you know the entire time you were going to drop down to 144?
It was so I was planning on staying at 150, but we were trying to win that team title.
Yeah.
So we were
Totally.
like, if I go 150, I lost twice this year to the same guy, you know? So it's like, do I think I could beat him? Absolutely. But do we want to take a risk? Like, if I don't win that bracket, then how good are our chances, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me personally, I thought I could have won the weight. But then I was like, if the DC wants me to go down, I left the choice up to him. I was like, I either stay or I'll go down. And he's like, I think we should go down. I was like, all right, let's do it. And then after that, it was either 44 or 38. But we had Maribel at 44, and he was going to win that state title. So I was like, I'll go 38. He'll win that one, and I'll win below at 38.
And was that cut hard at all or no?
No,
Not really?
10 pounds, no. Easy. It was actually 8 because I was 100. Well, wait, I didn't even finish. So actually, I was a lot heavier than that after. So I
Okay.
got on my meal plan and everything, and I was 100 and like, I was almost 160 probably. I got up to almost 160, like my
During
meal plan.
season?
Yeah.
What?
I was lifting. I was drinking creatine, protein, just doing everything I can to
Probably
get weight.
the best feeling you've ever had during season.
Yeah,
You
dude,
felt
I was
great, huh?
huge, and I was like, maybe I might stay. And then we
Yeah.
ended up like making the decision like 2 weeks before.
Cut out the creatine.
I cut everything off, went back down. It wasn't that bad though.
Yeah, but it was worth it. I mean, you guys got 3 state champs.
Yeah.
You guys hunting for that state title this year, though, huh?
Yeah, this year I think we got a pretty good chance every year. We just, I don't know, towards the end we kind of fall apart a little.
I mean, dude, it's California State, man.
It's tough.
It's such a big bracket.
Especially
So
with
many tough kids.
one class, one division.
Yeah, that's something that, oh my God, I was going to touch on this, but we can just touch on it now. California, I don't care. This might get clipped or whatever. I might clip it. I'm going to clip it. California is a tough-ass state, and I think it's #1 for the state tournament. I don't care what anyone says. I know PA's tough.
Yeah.
I know Ohio's tough. I know, like, Wisconsin's on the come-up, but nothing's harder than CIF State. I'm saying that into the camera. I'm saying
There's a few states that are single class like New Jersey, but I don't think New Jersey's as deep as California. Like they got good people.
good
They got
wrestlers,
like
but-
Anthony Knox and Leo DeLuca, but it's not as deep as
I mean,
California.
Indiana's also one division, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always going to be tougher with one division, but California is, I mean, we got the funk, man. We have some tough-ass wrestlers at every weight.
Like this year we were looking at it, if you look at every weight, we had 3 to 4 ranked guys at every weight. And some weights had like my weight, we had me and Paul at 38.
Yeah.
That's 2 top 5 guys in the country.
Yeah.
And then if you look at 150, we had Montanona was #1.
Root.
Laird was top 10. He was
Yeah.
like 9 or 8. And then Parco was right there, like sitting at like 11 or 12.
And then
And
was Estrada.
Estrada was in the top 10 too, I think. So that's a crazy weight. Like a lot of the weights were like that. It's like you're gonna catch 3 to 4 ranked guys.
My gosh. I mean,
So if you win the state tournament here alone, you're in the rankings.
Definitely. Even placing.
Yeah, you're still doing good.
I'm like, hell of guys.
yeah, man. I mean, like, I feel like when it comes down to it and they compare states, like, by wrestler, I mean, like, Pennsylvania's tough. Pennsylvania has really good wrestlers. And if you put them, like, #1 head-to-head matchup, being like, it's hard to beat. But, like, yeah, no, I fully believe that our state tournament's the hardest to get through.
So I've been saying this, but it's hard to back up because of junior duels, because obviously we sent a team.
Yeah.
But it wasn't our best guys, you know?
Okay,
There
yeah.
was a few weights where I feel like we didn't send our best guys.
Totally.
And I feel like if we did like our best versus other states' best, that we'd be pretty close to #1, if not #1.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough to make that argument when we send a junior duel team. But it's like people are like, "Oh, you guys got killed at junior duels." Like, yeah, we did, but we're sending guys that are like maybe our 4th, 5th best guy out there.
Yeah, I mean,
And a lot of time,
if anything, that shows our depth.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Sorry, Rue.
these guys like that are in like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, aren't even like really Pennsylvania, New Jersey boys because they're just prep
Oh,
school
yeah.
kids that got recruited.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like all of our guys are really homegrown Cali guys because we don't have.
We
prep
have a lot
schools.
of we have a lot of guys that are just from here, like mostly everyone. And if you look at,
I can't really think of anyone that.
I can't.
on our-
There's a few people that I know like moved here, but I mean they've been here their whole high school, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I know Edwin's from Arizona,
Everyone's
and
from
so is
Arizona.
Paul.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Paul's from Arizona.
Oh yeah, no, I do know that actually because Kelly was. I think.
I
So
think,
I know that Paul Kelly had a brother and he wrestled in Ohio.
Yeah.
Damn. So did were they from?
I don't know where they're originally from, but I remember when I was a little kid, I would always see Paul at tournaments wrestling for Arizona.
Ah.
So I know he's not from California, but we only have a few guys, you know. But if you like look at Pennsylvania, dude, they got people all over. Like Smokey, he wrestled for Sem,
Oh yeah.
but
He's
if
from
you look at
Washington.
he wrestled for Washington at Fargo. So it's like,
No, yeah, wait, dude. When I was on my visit at West Point, I was with a couple of the guys there, and some of them were like, "Yeah, I started off in New York, and then I got recruited at Wyoming Sem. They pulled me out, and I just started living with them in Wyoming Seminary." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
so Jax Forrest is from North Carolina.
I've heard this, yeah.
He's from Raleigh. So I was like, yo, come home. Like he's not from PA, bro. Like, come back to Raleigh. There we go. We got a little squad, NC State. But yeah,
Jax hasn't committed yet, right?
no.
He's young. Oh, young grade-wise.
Yeah, is he a junior or sophomore?
He just finished his sophomore year, so he's going into his junior year.
Oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But yeah, I forgot who told me that, but then I asked him, and he was like, yeah, I'm from.
It's crazy. I mean, like, I feel like high schoolers are getting so much more competitive when you look at the depth that we have now versus in the past. I mean, well, there were still people like in the past that we can talk about that are doing what Bassett and them did, and you, and obviously like all those top tier high school wrestlers.
But now it's so much more frequent.
But now it's just like, yeah, exactly. There's like,
normalized.
yeah.
People aren't as going
Did you
crazy
see
about it.
Colin Rath is giving up his senior year? He's going to the OTC.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait. So he's he would
Like-
have been a senior this year.
He's doing his senior year this year, but he's just going to do it at the OTC.
I could be wrong, but I know Cejudo skipped college to go to the OTC. Did he
After
skip his
freshman year?
after his freshman year? So did
Something like that.
Yeah, he
yeah.
did high school there too. I was like listening to his little podcast thing too.
Wow.
I mean, Aden is always like at Stanford, but then he told me he goes up to the OTC.
Yeah, he's at the
trains,
OTC.
It comes back down to Stanford. I mean, he's been doing that. He skipped his senior year
Yeah.
to compete overseas,
And rookie paid off.
and it did, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he jumped levels, but I mean, man, Bassett.
But he's always been good. Aiden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I was little, he'd beat me up. I remember being a little kid. I've never beat him. My first time beating him was at Doc B in high school. He beat me like about 100 times before that.
I've seen you guys scrap here in the room though. You had your moments.
Yeah, for
Practice.
sure.
Dude, he's physical, man. Like doesn't even care. Blast doubles you in the face. Tries to break your teeth.
He's
That's
like
that's a tough wrestler right there.
he's one of the most like athletically gifted people I've ever wrestled. Insanely strong, insanely explosive, super fast.
You're tripping, bro. That's Ruben.
But yeah, he's one of the craziest people I've ever wrestled. I still think to this day, and I've wrestled some pretty high level guys.
That guy's dedicated too, man.
I went to train with him one time. We went fishing after, and at his house he got a little, he got his sauna with this cold plunge.
Wow.
He got a little hyperbolic chamber in there, some red light. I'm like, dang,
I
dude.
met his parents. His parents are pretty nice.
Yeah,
man.
they
They're
are.
really cool
I've known
guys.
them my whole life.
Yeah, no,
Like I
I've-
say, he's beat me up since I was 5.
That's crazy. Two such high level guys, like 15 minutes apart. growing up
Yeah.
seeing.
Bro,
It's
I have a-
crazy.
I have a funny ass story about that. I mean, like, so we just saw the Olympics and how well Japan did. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they got 8 gold medals, and they only had 20 medals as a country, but 8 of them were from wrestling, which is crazy. But back to what I was saying, Japan came down my senior year, and we did a duel. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Why did you come down, by the way? We could have used your
I
help.
didn't get invited.
Yeah.
I didn't get the invite, no.
Oh.
They didn't know about me yet.
Oh, you're right. That was your sophomore year
Uh-huh.
before you started really like taking off.
My freshman year, I did good. I wrestled Super 32. I remember I beat like the number 6 guy in the country, and then I beat Evan Frost, I think, the guy from Iowa. I beat him my
I
freshman
I
year
did not
at
know
Super
that you beat
32.
Evan Frost. Damn.
And I was ranked like 12 in the country. And then I hurt myself. Didn't
That was
wrestle
at
my
our
freshman year.
tournament.
Didn't wrestle my freshman year.
You want to talk about it?
It's a little crazy. Just jumped up on the basketball rim.
After you
fell
won the
off.
tournament.
After I won the tournament's
Fucked
already
everyone.
done. Pinned everybody.
You beat my boy in the finals.
Pinned everybody. Decided
Shout
to go
out
mess
Justin
around.
Ramirez.
Whose mom was it? That was like, get down.
Oh,
Daniel."
Dante's mom was yelling at me.
Bro,
And then I fell off.
Dude, I remember Ernesto was like, he was with Duran. He was like, hey,
Yeah.
I think your boy just got hurt. And I was like, damn, he just won. Like, what
Yeah.
did he do? And then the news broke. And
I think I would have done really good my freshman year.
yeah, because you
I
were
mean,
at 120s.
It was a tough weight. That was the year Montanona won it, but the weight was stacked. It was like Montanona, and then Romney got second.
Oh, Aden Valencia.
Aden Valencia got
Got third.
Yeah.
Paul Kelly, I think, got fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a weight.
And then we had a few other guys. Like we had Grigor was in the weight.
Oh shit. The Clovis guy, Rosas.
Yeah, George Rosas was there.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a pretty tough weight.
That's wild.
I think I would have done pretty good though. I got a really good draw. I got a
Yeah.
really good draw that
I know
year.
you're about to wrestle the dude you beat before.
Funakoshi. I teched him.
Dude, Funakoshi went to
CBU.
CBU.
Right? Yeah. We've
I-
seen that tournament.
I
Yeah.
teched him,
He was
and
at
then
the
I was
Roadrunners.
supposed to wrestle him at state.
Damn.
Forfeited out. My arm was too messed up. But yeah,
You're
still got a
powerful.
crazy score.
Damn. Oh, twins.
Yeah.
Well, okay, back to what I was saying. Japan and USA wrestled. Aden was out there, and I remember none of us won.
Yeah.
Japan wiped the floor with us, bro. And I was like, oh man. I mean, Aiden's here. Maybe he'll win a match. You know Daniel Cardenas? He was out there too.
Yeah.
He lost too. And I was just like, damn, we're getting wiped. And that's the year Cardenas All-American? Or no?
For the year before.
No. Blood round. He blood rounded at
Mhm.
NCAAs. And then the year after, he All-American. But I was sitting there like, crap, these Japan guys are legit.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I've never really wrestled too much overseas. I went to like Russia in 2019, and that was the last.
Yeah,
like,
you guys,
With
DC brought you guys
Dagestan.
out, right?
Yeah. I do those
You
little
got the
Mexico
Russia
tournaments
singlet?
too. Yeah, I do have the Russian
Oh
singlets.
my gosh. I need you to send me a picture. I'm going to put it up.
Yeah, those are nice.
How is it training over there?
It was cool. I liked it a lot. It was different, you know. Like you live in like little dorms, and then you walk over to the wrestling room, train like maybe twice a day.
It was like a school just for wrestling.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
Do they like have classes for education or just straight wrestling?
So when I was there, we didn't do any schoolwork. I mean, obviously I didn't, because we were like,
Daniel's like, this was paradise to me.
yeah, I was just there wrestling. They made us do like a little run in the morning. It was snowing when we were running. I was like, geez.
I mean, from what I've heard, that's how it is overseas. And Japan does the same thing. Like, they live, breathe, like 2 practices a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and everything wrestling.
Well, I was fine with running. Just put me inside on the treadmill. Don't make me run outside in the snow.
Dude, that's rough.
Hey, I'm not trying to run in the snow.
Oh my gosh.
Was Khabib like there coaching you every day?
No, I didn't see him when we were there, but we were there at his gym. But it was still a lot of fun.
That's dope.
We dueled against Sagilaev's club.
Oh shit.
Got teched in like 20 seconds.
Really?
I did, and then I won the rest of my matches.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I lost that one.
Everyone
Yeah.
out there was
Who
getting mopped
went
up.
out? Who went out there?
It was me, both Cortez twins, JC, my brother Travis, and Maribel.
Wait, JC went out with you guys?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
He got
sick.
5'd. Like
Oh.
twice in one match. Twice in one match.
No.
That's the worst.
Oh my god.
He got like picked up in a double, and the guy like jumped off the mat with him.
Like Dake Bomb?
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
And then the next one, he got hit with like an actual like soup, and I was like, jeez.
Oh my god. I mean, I remember when I first met both of you, because my junior year we had association duels, and I'm gonna be honest, like, okay, well, I didn't follow wrestling like that yet because I only started like 2 years before that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I knew Gilroy was good because we're from CCS. Like Gilroy is always good. Like you guys have won how many decades in a row?
Dude, we won at CCS so many times in a row.
Oh
I
my
think it's like
gosh.
20 something.
But I went to duels and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna be on the team with some of these guys, some high level guys. And then we get in the car van, we go down to the thing, and I was just like, damn, this guy Daniel, he's kind of funny. And it was so much fun. That was, I'd say association duels was probably like one of my
Yeah, that was
memorable trips I've ever had. Like,
I remember that one
sick.
too, because that was my first tournament back from when I had surgery.
Dude, I talked about that with like, I forget who. I think it was with, you remember Elijah Nguyen?
Yeah.
Dude, he's still my barber, you know.
Really?
But I chatted up with him, and I was like, dude, if I didn't go to that association duels, right? First of all, wouldn't have met Ruben, right? And then, I mean, chances, would you have gone to SF State still, you think, maybe?
Yeah, I probably would have.
Probably. Well, maybe not have been roommates.
Yeah, for real.
Wouldn't have had that connection. Wouldn't have had the connection with you. Wouldn't have the connection with all the Gilroy kids.
Yeah.
The Gattos kids. Like, EJ was on our team, too. I mean, bro, can we talk about our team for a second?
Dude,
our
our team
dual
was
team was
crazy.
lit.
I don't know how we didn't win both styles too.
Because we had we were missing
We
like
were-
2 weeks.
yeah.
So we had to bump up, remember?
Oh, dude, you should be happy you weren't on that team this year.
What happened?
We got like 7th.
We fell off without us.
We got like 7th,
Are you
bro.
serious?
Yeah, we got like 7th.
Bro, y'all needed us.
I was like, geez, what are we doing?
You still went, though?
Yeah, I go every year. I'm gonna go
That's
again.
awesome.
Next year.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that tournament was so much fun. I mean, like, the memories we made that tournament was awesome. And then I feel like you just got to make the connections you made, too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because of that, like, I started coming down here training with you guys.
Yeah.
And then the Gattos kids, too. Like, it was just an awesome experience. And then,
Yeah.
like, that was the first time I saw you wrestle. I didn't even know, like, I was like, because I didn't check rankings or anything. But then, like, I think one of the first or second Greco matches, you bombed a kid on their head, like, for 5.
Yeah.
And then we made that, like, TikTok, and it went viral. With, like, all the bombs we had. It was that was so much fun.
Dude, yeah.
Remember Pokey?
Yes.
Bro, he bombed the crap out of that
He was
one
good
guy.
at Greco, yeah.
Oh, my God. You know that he's, like, playing you know Foothill College?
Yeah.
He's playing football at Foothill College.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And his sister still wrestles at, or it's like she's taking a gap year, I think, right now, actually. But
I
she's like
think-
one of the coaches at Stanford.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a crazy team.
I think dual tournaments are like the best.
Just so much fun.
They're better than individual
I
tournaments.
feel like just the environment.
Yeah, for sure. In
It's not
individual
animosity.
tournaments, I like wrestle my match and I just go up and take a nap.
Because I feel like the craziest thing is, like, none of us knew each other. Like,
No.
none of us knew each other. I mean, like, the Gilroy kids knew each other, but the school was, like, attached. Like, it wasn't just the Gilroy kids. It was, like, the Gatto, Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
Some Silver Creek.
Silver Creek
Silver
kids.
Creek kids came down, too.
I didn't really talk to anyone until that. Like, I was
Yeah.
just like in my little Gilroy bubble.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I was only talking to kids in Sunnyvale. And then I went to that tournament, like, damn, this is fun. Because we went out, we won the Greco state title, and we were supporting each other the entire way through, and it was the most fun environment ever. I was like, anytime someone would hit a bomb, we'd be like, ah! Like,
Dude, you missed it. Roberto's in debt now, bro.
oh,
He hasn't paid anyone for the 5-for-5s in like 2 years.
You gotta explain that. Explain that to the camera. Berto, I want my 5. We all got 5s.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
got 5s. Where's our money?
Roberto's in
Berto.
debt right now.
None of us got paid. But
Yeah.
Berto basically has this thing where it's like, if you hit a 5 at duels, he'll give you $5. And then I think we hit too many 5s the first time we were all put together, and he was like, we're not doing this anymore.
He offered it at junior duels and I got like 4 5s. Bro never paid me.
Oh, that's messed up.
He's in debt right now. I'm gonna remind him when I see him.
That's a smart incentive.
Yeah.
Berto's-
It's not that smart though, because I would like purposely not tech people
Oh,
and then get a 5. Especially in Greco, like let him push me out once
Dude,
or twice.
but I feel like at the duels, it was so much fun to the point where, like, okay, it's not the highest level guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So we could, like, literally just kind
go
of
for stuff.
play. Like, it was so much fun. It was the most fun I ever had wrestling. Like,
Well,
we were
even
just-
at junior duels in Greco and stuff, it was kind of
I
like,
never got to go to duels. Bro, yeah. I wish I went to junior duels. That seems like fun.
yeah, it is.
You think that's like, I feel like junior duels is like association duels, but on a bigger scale.
But like big, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was
yeah, it
supposed
was
to
a
go,
lot of
bro.
fun this
I was
year.
supposed to go.
When?
My senior year, and I got injured.
I'm gonna go this next year again. I went this year and it was fun. I'm gonna go again. I liked it. If I didn't like it, I'm like,
You think the Cortez twins will go with you?
hopefully.
Maybe. I mean, I think it's just fun.
But I'm
You're
going.
trying to do this sport to have fun. I mean,
Yeah.
dual tournaments are like, they're no brainer.
I mean, I was supposed to go to do summer classes for NC State,
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna take off straight from junior duels. Just go to junior duels and go straight to
That's dope.
NC State.
That's smart.
Yeah, get some of your classes done early. Are they
Yeah.
doing that to like boost your credits up beforehand?
I don't know. They have everyone do it, so I guess I'm doing it.
Maybe it's like for safety. Might be for
Yeah.
safety because I know like we have to take a minimum amount of credits to stay eligible at NCAA, or at least for D2.
Uh,
And then if you fail a class, you're kind of screwed for the next semester. So maybe that's the reason why. I don't know.
yeah, bro. I just kind of like whatever they tell me to do.
Yeah.
Just gotta do it, I
So-
guess.
Your brother is on the Mexican world team, though.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do that too.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of our questions.
Yeah, so I don't know. It didn't really work out this year. I got to get like my Mexican passport and all that, but I have my dual citizenship. I have like
Yeah.
I have everything. My birth certificate, or not my birth certificate because I was born here, obviously, but
Yeah.
I have my Mexican citizenship, all that. So I could do it, but I don't know. I'm still deciding, you know.
It's a process. I mean,
Sure.
it's like
Would you
You-
rather go to America if it was like as accessible?
So for me, this is like my thought process. So like if I go to Mexico, right, it's easier to make the team, right? But I feel like the guys who make the U.S. team put themselves in a better position because you're wrestling high-level guys the whole time, right? You got to push through. And I feel like in Mexico, you don't really have that same push, you know?
Yeah.
Like you just go over there, kind of beat everyone up, and you're on the team.
I mean,
do you think that would give you an edge?
I mean, there's pros and cons to each, you know? Like pushing through, and you have to keep constantly involved in the U.S., but you could come out of the tournament a little banged up, you know, a little injured. And obviously, if you go the Mexico route, you're pretty much fresh going in.
I feel like the main pro of doing the dual citizenship thing where you get to go compete for another country is like being able to compete overseas. That's like the main draw.
for
like
sure.
being able to go to U20s, U23s, for like these athletes that just compete in the Olympics, like RBY, part of the Mexican team. So was Austin Gomez.
Yeah.
And-
You put yourself in a really good spot.
Yeah, I mean, like they can call themselves Olympians for life.
Yeah, you get a chance to go compete, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's and Miles Amin competed for San Marino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Darren
like,
Cruz, Puerto Rico.
yeah, I mean, like, there's so many opportunities when you go down that route too. I mean, like, dude, I heard Miles Amin is on like currency in
Really?
San Marino.
That's
because
crazy.
he got an Olympic medal in 2020 at Tokyo. Like what?
I need some of that.
Are you
Hey,
saying?
dude.
I need money.
Are you saying you're leaning towards?
Are we gonna see you on a dollar bill? on a Mexican currency.
My face right there. With my tongue out though, like.
Bro, that'd be sick though. Like, I don't know, but San Marino's small. Mexico's pretty big.
Yeah, it is. It's huge.
Mexico is like, I know the reason why Miles Amin got it is because San Marino's a really small place, and they haven't. I could be wrong. That was their only Olympic medalist that year. I could be wrong.
Really?
I could be
I think it was
completely
first
wrong.
ever.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Okay, then I'm completely right. But like, I feel like Mexico is definitely a bigger country.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I'm ever getting my face, but maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
Hey, win that gold medal.
Maybe I got to get a few.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know how many they get a year, but maybe if I get a few.
Well, I think our time's kind of running out, but I want to ask this question. What are your aspirations after college? Do you want to go compete for the Olympics or at the Olympics compete for USA, Mexico, whatever that be? Or do you want to jump into what your coach did?
Yeah, so I for sure want to hit a cycle or two after I'm done. Like, obviously I want to go get an Olympic gold medal. And then after that, my dad wants me to get a job, but I don't know if I'm much of a job person. I might have to try it. I don't know.
You would rather,
Daniel, I need to see you in the cage. And
I might try
that
it.
needs to. We will all pull up. Everyone will pull up to that.
I might
swear.
try it.
But
Need to train with DC.
Because you have a Muay Thai background. You have a few more.
Oh yeah, I did fight Muay Thai for a while. Like I did like 2-3 fights, I think.
dude, and then you got the resources at your disposal, man. Like DC
Yeah,
will
for
help
sure.
you.
For sure, he
Or
could
at least
help
I
me.
feel like you would.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no. Well, that's sick. Well, I think we're running out of time, but Daniel, plug your Instagram, plug everything. Thank you for being on here.
Zepeda on everything.
On everything.
On everything.
I see the
That's it.
TikToks, the Instagram.
Zepeda.
Yes, sir. All right.
To close everything out, do you have a message for Bo Bassett before?
Oh, I don't know.
Pressure. Look into the camera.
Smash.
All right. That's it. Wrap.
All right.